everybody. Welcome back to the hottest trivia show this side of Mustafar, TankTop Trivia. I'm your host, GJ Stoutimore, and tonight we're diving into more bizarre and tangential Star Wars lore you never knew existed. If this is your first time here, welcome. Every Tuesday on this show, I get to bombard a recurring guest, a man of many talents, but with a questionable memory concerning minutia, with questions that nobody normal should be able to answer, the weirdest stuff in facts and lore in the galaxy far, far away. So let's introduce him once again, the man behind the notable YouTube channel that carries his name, famous for Game of Thrones reactions and all sorts of other stuff. My friend, your favorite YouTuber, SeanTankTop.
And to quote the late great Anakin Skywalker, I hate you.
What did you call it? Slow drip torture on Instagram the other day?
Like a combination of slow drip torture and then an occasional like a barrage of just getting like your legs beaten with a rubber bat for like 10 minutes straight or something.
This is your secret way, not so secret way of telling your partner you're into BDSM. That's pretty much what we've gotten out of this so far. How much do you know about the Knights of the Old Republic?
I like have played, with my buddies, like back in the day, like I sat in and played some of that stuff with them. I never completed the game wholesale myself.
Listen, we're going to dive headfirst into today's category.
Oh God.
You're going to need some luck today. So may the force be with you, Sean. The category is Knights of the Old Republic. Interesting facts about in-game content of the hugely influential and popular game that debuted in 2003. Can't believe it's been over 20 years. One of my all-time favorite games. You ready, Sean?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's play. Question 1. C842GE3 was a protocol droid on Dantooine belonging to Elise Montagne, who went missing for this following reason. A, to be sold for parts. B, a malfunctioning motivator. C, stolen by the Matali family. Or D, a suicide attempt.
It would be so hard if it was like a droid that wanted to kill itself. And I think we've actually like, I'm thinking of that one RoboCop 2 where they keep trying to make like the second RoboCop and the one guy just pulls his fucking head off or whatever. Hit me with those one more time.
Yeah, I'll read the question and the answers again.
I got an idea. I think I got an idea.
C842GE3 was a protocol droid on Dantooine belonging to Elise Montagne, who went missing for this following reason. A, to be sold for parts. B, a malfunctioning motivator. C, stolen by the Matali family. Or D, a suicide attempt.
Damn. Okay, so like, I'm going stolen by the Matali family.
The C, stolen by the Matali family.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, it sounds like something that like space Italians would do. Like, and that's just a good hook. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're just like, and like if it happens, and you get like a great scene where they're like, no, they stole the droid. Like you did that. And I was like, and she's like, not to my boys. That are good, the boys. Not to my boys.
To my
you know what I mean? Like. Yeah, dude. Like, get the grandma from fucking Andor in here, or let the mom from Andor in here. She was fucking Italian mama coated all over. But yeah, I'm going C, stolen by the Matali family.
C, stolen by the Matali family. Well, Sean, very much like George Lucas's attempts at romantic dialogue between Anakin and Padme, swing and a miss. The answer is D, a suicide attempt.
What? Are you fucking serious?
Removed itself and tried to get itself killed by Cathhounds because he felt his master, after the death of her husband, formed a dangerous and unhealthy
suicidal droids.
Yep. So we're gonna hop over to some.
Now listen,
let's hop over to some lore to hear a little bit more about this, and then we'll continue talking about it.
C842GE3 was a GE3 series protocol droid living on Dantooine during the Jedi Civil War. He originally belonged to Elise Montagne's husband, and after he passed away, she started treating the droid like he was her late husband. So much so that Candace Ordo once joked, "This droid's really gonna serve his master tonight." Yeah, real nice, Candace. C8 thought this was very unhealthy, so he ran away and tried to get himself destroyed by Cathhounds. When Revan returned to the Jedi Enclave on Dantooine, she asked him to find C842 and bring him back. Revan and his companions found the droid surrounded by Cathhounds. They killed the hounds and saved the droid. The droid then asked Revan to destroy him, thinking he would help Elise move on and meet new people. Canonically, in the game, Revan refuses, believing it will hurt her too much to lose the droid, so the droid returns to Elise at the Jedi Enclave. She's thrilled to see him. They go home together. However, there's a bit of dialogue that shows the droid's not too happy about this. He says, "Please kill me," which is, it's pretty dark. There are a number of ways you can play this out. It's a really unhinged installment. It's one of the things that makes this game so fun to play, these little side quests. But long and the short of it is, this is a interesting installment in Knights of the Old Republic. If Revan destroys the droid and tells Elise the truth, she'll run to the nearby enclave for comfort, and she'll meet Samus and move to Coruscant together. For me, the most unhinged options here are the dark side ones. You can tell Elise the droid was nowhere to be found, and she'll run out into the dangerous plains to find him. Additionally, you can choose something so cruel. Instead of saying that you chose to be destroyed, I'm going to tell your owner that we never found you. And so the droid gets so surprised by how cruel you can be, and becomes enraged and attacks you. And then on top of that, you can lie to Elise and say the droid can't be found, and she'll begin searching herself again. So yeah, it's pretty unhinged side quest, but this is part of what makes this game so special. Anyway, that's the lore.
Well, Sean, that was certainly informative. How do you feel about this?
Lord, I mean, we've had droid torture. We've had droid intimated droid fucking and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, which again, of course, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Like, but like,
that's alarming. Sean's like, why wouldn't you do it?
Why wouldn't you? You're out there and stuff like that. You're like, get over here, R2 unit. You're just like this little guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they got some. There's something. They're a Swiss Army knife. There's something. There's got to be some
stuff in that office, Sean. Is there some kind of sex doll back there that we don't know about?
Not none that's in camera view. It has everything. That was the shit about the prequels that was wild. Was that we find out that like this guy has like rockets. He has fucking he can shoot oil at people. Like he's got all this stuff.
Hey, but
he's
apparently, Sean. Apparently, he's not memorable at all to Obi-Wan Kenobi. Apparently, Obi-Wan Kenobi didn't remember his best friend's buddy.
That's right. Yes, exactly. Like his literal protocol droid that he was on. Yeah.
People always say, they're like, well, you know, he didn't say he didn't know him. He said he couldn't remember owning him. I'm like, I mean, I understand the original trilogy. Obi-Wan's pretty evasive.
Remember fucking a droid.
Yeah, I don't seem to remember. Yeah, he's such a liar, that Obi-Wan.
If he would have busted inside of him, he would have remembered, though. I think.
God. All right, let's move on to question 2. You've traumatized me as much as I've bullied you here. All right, question 2 is the Sith Lord Malak forsook this name when he turned to the dark side and joined the Sith? Is it A, Alec, B, Zane Carrick, C, Squint, or D, Lucian Dre?
This is his Sith name. This is his adopted Sith
No, this is his old name. So I'll reread the question again. The Sith Lord Malak, Darth Malak, forsook this name, so gave it up when he turned to the dark side and joined the Sith. Is it A, Alec, B, Zane Carrick, C, Squint, or D, Lucian Dre? I love the idea that he would just call himself Malik instead of Alec.
Yeah, Malik.
Just put an M on it. That's my Sith name.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm thinking it's got to be a 2-name thing because the Star Wars are always there's Glup Shido, a fucking Zucka,
Zuckus, your favorite name.
Zumbar Grafton or something like that or whatever. And so I'm thinking it's
I wish it was Zuckus again.
Yeah, no shit, dude, Zuckus. Oh, dude, fuck yeah. I mean no, but what was the second one? I think I'm going with the second one. It's B.
It was the options were A, Alec, B, Zane Carrick, C, Squint, or D, Lucian Dre.
Lucian Dre sounds good. I mean, I'm going Zane Carrick. That's a good Star Wars name. I'm just going to
B, Zane Carrick. Well, the thing is, Sean, Zane Carrick is a character in the Old Republic era. However, that answer smells about as bad as Jabba the Hutt's underboob. The answer is A, Alec.
Okay.
The most ridiculous.
Just Alec. Just one
just
name.
Alec. Yeah.
We got what? This is fucking Star Wars Prince. It's just one fucking name. What are you talking about?
The artist formerly known as Alec.
The artist formerly known as
jump
Alec.
over to some lore and hear more about this.
Alec was born on the planet Quelli. He showed early potential and was trained as a Jedi Knight during the tumultuous period of the Mandalorian Wars. As a young Jedi, he became close friends with Revan. Together, they defied the Jedi Council and joined the Republic military to combat the Mandalorian threat. Ultimately, Alec adopted the name Malak and served under Revan's command and played a crucial role in turning the tide in the Mandalorian Wars in favor of the Republic. However, the brutal realities of war and exposure to Sith teachings began to corrupt them. They sought greater power and to decisively end the war and started questioning the Jedi Council's pacifist stance. Now, something that's interesting here, in the Knights of the Old Republic comic series, Alec, before becoming Malak obviously, encounters a character named Jeriel, and he develops feelings for her during their time together. Jeriel doesn't reciprocate Alec's feelings, and the relationship is more of a deep friendship and mutual respect rather than a romantic bond. After the Mandalorian Wars, Revan and Malak pursued the remnants of the Mandalorian forces into the unknown regions where they discovered the ancient Sith Empire, who corrupted and turned them to the dark side. Revan became Darth Revan, and Alec became his apprentice Darth Malak. Now, what's interesting here, they didn't take on Sith titles and Sith names, which is something that we see most of the time, so I'm not really sure why that is. I'll have to dive in deeper into that Saga, as Sith Lords, Revan and Malak returned to the Republic with a massive Sith armada, sparking the new Jedi Civil War with the aim of conquering the Republic and imposing their own order. Malak's ambition and thirst for power grew. He ultimately betrayed Revan and ordered the bombardment of his flagship during a battle, intending to kill his master and seize control. Although Revan survived, he was captured and had his memory wiped by the Jedi. Malak then assumed the mantle of Dark Lord of the Sith and continued the war against the Republic, albeit in a way that Revan didn't intend. Malak's reign of terror was marked by his ruthless tactics and his utilization of the Starforge. Ultimately, a redeemed Revan, now a Jedi once more, confronted and defeated Malak aboard the Starforge. Malak's death marked the end of his dark reign and the beginning of the Republic's recovery. Alex's story is one of tragedy, ambition, and betrayal. His fall from grace serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of the dark side and the corrupting influence of power. From a promising Jedi Knight to a fearsome Sith Lord, Malak's journey is a pivotal part of the Knights of the Old Republic saga and of the broader Star Wars lore.
By the way, the sun is now blasting through here.
Is it jumping through? It's not hitting your face, though.
No, thankfully, because I'm right
your
behind
face
a
is
beam.
Still properly exposed, so you're okay.
I'm like right behind a beam, but literally, if I was like just a little bit
you look,
here.
you look like you're on the surface of the sun if you tilt a little bit over there.
Well, TankTop Darth Malak really invented with his Sith name.
He went from Alec to Malak. He just took an M and put it like, what a fucking
people aren't supposed to know.
Like piece of shit.
Alec, it's been so long since I've seen you. You've turned to evil. I'm no longer Alec. I am Malak.
It sounds like a joke. Alec, what will your name be? Yeah. Like, and then he'll just go,
Malak?
Malak? Like, you know what I mean? Like, like it literally sounds like a comedy beat or something like that. That is so stupid. Oh my god.
Yeah, it is pretty stupid. But no more stupid than you beginning to go this round going 0 for 2. So let's give you an opportunity to redeem yourself here with another question. Let's jump right into it. Question 3, Sean. This Mandalorian challenged Canderous Ordo, the future Mandalore, to a duel on Tatooine over a decision Canderous made in the war. Was it A, Calo Nord, B, Thad Vizsla, C, Joggy, or D, Bendak? And of course, they're fighting on Tatooine. Where else would they be?
The only place that exists in the entire universe. I mean, like,
where else would they go?
It's just
my
like
favorite part of the game is that you meet this person on another planet because Canderous is your companion. They have this argument over the war. He's like, I'm gonna meet you in the Dune Sea on Tatooine. I'm like, gotta go all the way to Tatooine? Let's just do this now.
Yeah, we have to go all the way to the Outer Rim. We can't just go to the fucking parking lot, like next to like the Space Circle K or something like that. Come on, dude. Like, Bendak, I think that sounds familiar, and I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna go Bendak, and that's again, and also I'm staying away from like the double, like the first and last names. Maybe that's very foolhardy of me, but Bendak I think is what I'm gonna go with. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna read it just for the audience again.
Please.
This Mandalorian challenged Canderous of Clan Ordo, the future Mandalore, to a duel on Tatooine over a decision Canderous made in the war, and that was the war against the Jedi. By the way, was it A, Calo Nord, B, Thad Vizsla, C, Joggy, or D, Bendak? Sean has gone D, Bendak.
Yeah.
All right, well, Sean, that choice was worse than scripting a Luke and Leia kiss. The answer is C, Joggy. Incorrect.
Joggy. I was like, it's got to be the dumbest name. It just has to be the dumbest name that we have, you know?
Natural. Well,
Joggy.
let's hear a little bit about Joggy.
All right, let's talk about Joggy. Joggy once served under Canderous Ordo during the Mandalorian takeover of the planet Althir. Canderous made what many would see as a brilliant battle decision, however, it sacrificed Joggy and his squad, and that of course led to some animosity. Joggy saw this as an act of cowardice and glory hunting from Canderous, and fueled by his revenge and the need to get back at Canderous, he vowed to make him pay. This is where the events of the Knights of the Old Republic game kick in. We're journeying with Canderous to find the Starforge, and Joggy confronts him. They have a brief argument, and then ultimately Joggy challenges him to a duel in the Dune Sea on Tatooine. Of course, where else would they go? They meet up near a busted sandcrawler owned by the Zerka Corporation, and things get pretty hot. Let's get a little bit more into Canderous' battle strategy. He spotted a weak point in the Althiri fleet and went for it, leaving Joggy and his men to fend for themselves. Most of Joggy's squad didn't make it, and Joggy believed Canderous ditched them without any good reason, just to go for glory. Ordo later explained he did it to save more of his warriors, but Joggy wasn't buying it at first. Joggy spent years hunting Canderous down and informed all the surviving Mandalorian clans of his intent to challenge Canderous, so he couldn't really refuse or else he would lose all honor and would be deemed as a coward to his own people. In-game canon has Revan intervene, and Ordo manages to explain his position, making Jockey see that what he did saved more lives and stayed true to Mandalore's teachings. Realizing he was wrong, Jockey decided to take his own life to preserve his honor. Canderous was pretty affected by Jockey's death and needed time to process everything. In the game, there are a couple different ways this quest can go down. If you can't convince Jockey to see Ordo's point of view, he and his men will attack and get killed. If you try to use force persuasion, Canderous will stop you, and Jockey attacks anyway. No matter what, Canderous reacts the same way after the fight, and he doesn't impact your alignment. That's the lowdown on Jockey and his intense story with Canderous. Let me know in the comments what you think about this dramatic showdown.
Sean. This doesn't seem to be your day.
Joggy? No, on it. I mean, like you just got to go with the dumbest name. Like I think that's the thing. I do have to. Again, you just need to go with the dumbest sounding name every time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Joggy. That's the name of a Mandalorian. I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't know. It sounds like a.
I love that they named. Do you remember?
Like a pet of a Mandalorian. You know what I mean?
Do you remember in The Force Awakens, that stormtrooper, they named him TR-8R because he said traitor?
Yeah. Right. Like, I'm just trying to imagine, like, fucking Boba Fett, what's his name? Tamira Morrison, like, I mean, it's like, yeah, I'm hanging out over there with some other Mandalorian folks. So my buddy Joggy over there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He's just a dog of a bloke. You know what I mean? Just like, dude,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't have a winning strategy if I just go with the dumbest, shittiest name.
Okay, well, let's see if you can apply some new tactics to our final question of today's round. Question 4. Mission Vow's brother Griff had to flee Anchorhead, another Tatooine appearance, because of this failed get-rich-quick scheme. Is it A, artificial crate dragon pearls, B, faulty moisture evaporators, C, fake passage totems through Sand People territory, or D, synthetic Teresian ale?
Fake crate dragon pearls, I want to say.
That could be pretty lucrative. I mean, they're supposed to be pretty expensive, right?
And and you would get in trouble with it. And then I remember I just feel like I remember like the crate dragon like pearl thing being like I remember that being a thing in the game. And then I remember when Mando season 2 episode 1 came out and they had a pearl. People kind of flipped out about it because we were kind of seeing some of that shit for the first time, and they were kind of like, "Oh, that's some KOTOR shit" or whatever it was. And so, I want to say that that's what that is, even though I'm probably wrong. But
fair is all right. So, A, artificial crate dragon pearls.
Yeah.
Well, TankTop, you came in today as a promising guest with a bright chance of answering some questions correctly, but now you're leaving today as Jet Porkins screaming and yelling in denial while everything goes up in flames around you. Crash and burn again. The answer is D, synthetic Teresian ale, and we're going to hear about it right now.
Alright, here's everything you need to know about Griff Vow. He sucks. The end. No, really, he does suck. This character actually sucks really hard, and I despise him with every fiber of my being. Way worse than Jar Jar. More seriously, though, Griff is Mission Vow's troublemaker brother who can't really catch a break, or maybe he just makes too many bad choices. He was part of the swoop gang, the Hidden Becks, on Taris. Around the time the planet was in chaos because of Zane Carrick being accused of killing 4 Jedi Padawans, Griff and his buddy Brejik, who would later go on to lead the Black Vultkers, kidnapped the kids of Constable Sowers to get some ransom money. Real smart thing to do. But things went sideways when Zane escaped. This happens in the comics, not in the games. And not long after, the Mandalorians invaded Taris, and the Hidden Becks, led by Gad and Thek, became resistance fighters. In the middle of all this chaos, they teamed up with some unexpected allies, which included Zane Carrick. The more you learn about Griff, the more you realize he sucks. He gets involved in multiple hijinks, kidnapping kids, which is just really fucking weird. In the years that followed, Griff was found playing Pazak in the Lower City Cantina, where he met and fell in love with a Twi'lek dancer named Lena. Now initially, because Mission gets left behind on Taris, and Griff goes off with Lena, she thinks that it's because of Lena that Griff left her behind, but ultimately this wasn't the case. Griff left because of multiple get-rich-quick schemes and scams that had his debts racking really, really high, creditors after him, and Lena didn't have much to do with his decision to leave. Griff decides to abandon his 12-year-old sister on Taris, real nice guy. Lena eventually comes to her senses and leaves that bum behind, and Griff ends up on Tatooine working for the Zerka Corporation. His colleagues sort of recognize right away that he's a big loser, and eventually he gets captured by Sand People. When Mission and Revan go on their quest to find the Starforge, they find Griff and rescue him from the Sand People. Griff then asks Revan for help with a shady scheme to synthesize Teresian ale. which ultimately used tack glands from Kashyyyk. Is Griff going to find these tack glands? No, of course, Revan's going to, right? Why would Griff do it? Lazy bastard. Now, canonically, Revan does help him out, but of course, Griff messes this up, and the synthesis is all screwy, and he has to flee Anchorhead because his business partner wants to kill him. Now, in the game, Griff will only show up if you talk to Mission about her past and family and visit the spaceports with her in your group. If you don't do this, you won't encounter Griff at all. Helping Griff is an optional quest, and you can choose to help him, leave him to his fate, or even kill him if Mission isn't around. If you're playing the dark side route, you can tell Mission that Griff doesn't deserve any sympathy, and she'll agree with you. Griff is voiced by Robin Atkin Downs in the game. Let me know in the comments what you think of Griff's story, and if you hate this character as much as I do.
Well, unfortunately, Sean, that is all the time we have today. A giant goose egg for you. Any last words you have to say before we sign off?
I'll see you in hell.
Wait, Sean, nobody says that in Star Wars.
Nobody, right. Or that's
the accolade broke canon because they
broke
said
canon,
hell.
even though I think people said that multiple times in the OT.
Harrison Ford, he knows all the lore.
Oh no. Harrison Ford's he's just smart enough to tell like George and the producers to go fuck themselves and just rock rock his own line basically and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. There you go. But that's my own line. Like I'll see you in hell, Gabe. Fuck you. Fuck the fucking audience.
I'll be waiting. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Tune in next week. Same time, same place for TankTop Trivia. We'll see you then. Bye.